that, Creed.
All right. Shalom. First off, we give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash.
We give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well. Salutations to the hopeful elect that's out there pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. All right, we out here yet again to prophesy against this place. All right, Babylon, America, Babylon the Great, as it's called in the scriptures. All right, let's start with Jeremiah 28. All right, so we out here to do what our forefathers have done, and ultimately who, Lord willing, what we have done in the past life, in the past iteration of our life. Because in the spirit, you come back in your life. All right, basically, what I'm saying, spirit's coming back, recycled back on the earth. So we still retain certain things that we have done in the past life. All right, you got it, bro.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Yeah, so the prophets that came before us prophesied against many kingdoms, or nations of wars, pestilences. All right, so they was the spiritual watchmen of their time, man. All right, what the Lord revealed unto them, they came out and prophesied, and was inspired to write, take note of things. All right, in the book, in the scriptures, man. All right, that's why it's a whole lot of historical accounts written in the scriptures. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 at the top. Oh, you about to get it? Yeah, what you got?
Isaiah 24.
Get Revelation 12. Yeah, man. So we out here feel our life, and it's like you got LeBron James, these athletes. They pretty much came back in their life being the modern day gladiators, be the modern day entertainers to keep your ass, locked in and deceive or entertain, keep you blinded from what's really going on. All right, you really got people that think LeBron gonna win another ring before retirement. You need to go ahead and hang his jersey up and live the rest of, cause he partaking in this queen, man. So he need to just live it up, enjoy how long he got retirement here in Babylon, man. All right, but we know he's an Israelite, so he gonna be good, after he destroyed on this side. Cause hey, man, we know, man, in the spirit, man, he not gonna make it on the chariots, cause especially once we believe that he did some things to sell out, and he real tight knit with the small heads. So not for certain, but we know it's a high chance he gonna be one of those 2/3 gonna be destroyed on this side. All right, what you got, bro?
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the
Yeah.
Lord, like,
And so we're gonna stand upon our watch. All right. And then the Lord had their ear to the streets, man. You know, we see everything that's going on, man. All right. So we stand on our watch, see what the Lord will reveal unto us, or what we see through the Spirit, and correlate it to the Scriptures. All right. All right, yeah, bro.
Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Yeah, so we writing the vision and making it plain upon tables. All right. All right. Well, we was allowed to the time we was allowed to wake up to this truth. Or every man have their season and their time to be called into this thing, man. All right. So when the scripture say your eyes shall see your teachers. So we saw the apostles and elders on the byways and the highways. They compelled us. The Spirit came on us. Come out here and to do the works, man. All right. So we read what we read. So now we carrying the baton. So we making it plain upon tables to where even a 6-year-old will grasp understanding, if possible. All right. So you know, if the Spirit on you, you know you gonna run. You know when you read or when you take heed to the words that come out of the scriptures, because when you come into the faith, all right, you come across or you hear certain scriptures that they don't bring out in the heart of the house in the Christian churches. All right. This is the chief place of concourse. This is the place where you're going to get the truth, you know, the raw truth, man. Straight, no chaser. All right, well, Hebrews 4 and 12, man. Discern your spirit. Basically, you know, you come out here, it'll be shown forth. All right, if you're going to serve the Lord, whether you're going to come on this side, or you're going to be a scoffer, or you're going to be a person that's against it. All right. Discern of your spirit. This truth will discern your spirit. All right, you got it, bro.
What I just read, 2 or 3.
You got me 3.
Verse 3.
My voice is come running anyway.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, so the vision for the yet appointed time, man. You know, certain people fell out because they didn't have patience, man. All right, they wanted the kingdom to come, all right, as soon as they came into this thing. All right, you know, there was something that was wrong with Judas. Well, in a way, he knew that Yahweh Shai had the power to bring down the Roman Empire, but, you know, hey, Judas wanted the kingdom pretty much. All right, he didn't have that patience, man. Just like some of y'all people, man, some people that come to this truth and fall by the wayside, man, they didn't have that patience. All right, to endure. All right, he did endure to the end, the same shall be saved. You gotta endure to the end. All right, you just can't come into this thing and expect, you know, just to be that top guy, you know, to be looked at as a king right away, and you know, you think women should be worshiping you, man. We still on the battlefield, man. We still got temptations we going against. All right, just because you come to the truth and you know how we're supposed to be treated. All right, don't expect that outcome. All right, don't expect Esau to humble himself and not be prideful towards you. All right, don't expect people not to scoff and mock you, man. That's the condition of the battle that we in, man. All right, you gotta count the cost, man. But a lot of dudes, they count the cost. They came into this thing head first. All right, not knowing really what they're partaking in, man. All right, but after a while, you know, a lot of us came in like that, but soon you gotta get the memo. You gotta catch on. All right, you gotta what they say. You gotta read the room. All right, you gotta see what this really about, man. All right. You got it, bro.
Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, so you gotta live by your faith, man. So ultimately, guys that fill out, they won't really gird it in the faith, man. All right, their spirit won't upright. Your spirit gotta be upright in you, man. All right, that's how you repent, you know, change, you know, put off that old man. All right, you know. So that's something gotta do every day. You gotta check yourself every day, man. All right. All right.
Verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Yeah, and it's the thing. These devils, you know, they can see the vision. They know that their time is up, man. All right. You know, that's talking about Esau. So yeah, their spirit is not upright in them. They're you know, the son of perdition, man. They you know, is set up, you know, to rule in wickedness. All Esau know is wickedness, man. All right. So what do you think his society gonna be if he was in rulership? Is what we have today. All right. You know, so he transgressed by wine. You know, he is a proud man. You know, this devil is very proud. All right. And we're gonna be proud all the way till, you know, the missiles drop, man. All right. So he enlarges. You know, his desire is hell. All right. You know, that's all he bring. Wherever he go, man, he bring hell, man. All right. He consume, you know, life out of everything, man. That's why, you know, say if Jake have a good thing going on, or it was deemed as a good thing, you know, it's gaining steam, it's getting trendy. Here come Esau, he gonna come and take it for himself and water it up. You can see it with these words. Oh, woke. All right, the word woke. All right, our people use that word, you know, to show that they're aware of what's going on, mainly concerning Esau. But now Esau took the word woke and made it to some social justice DEI shit, man, which that wasn't originally what it was intended for. All right, and then I didn't even know that black fatigue been around for a while, man. All right, so Esau stole the black fatigue thing. All right, I forgot what the video said what black fatigue originally was. All right, but you know, Esau, you know, hey, he just, cause he not the salt of the earth, man. This devil have no flavor, man. So every time he takes something or get a hold of something, all right, you know, it's like, man, you know, on to the next thing. It's like how they took rock and roll and certain music genres, you know, Jake just went on to something else. All right, you know, just like when Jake used to have them R&B groups, you know, like an example like the Temptations and them 5 Heartbeats, and they showed you that in one of those movies. I can't remember which one it was.
Cadillac Records.
Yeah, they'll Esau will come with his white group. All right, he'll remix the song.
Yeah.
All right, for his people. All right, but you know, Esau gonna eat it up because you know it's a lot of them, so they gonna eat that shit up, and it's gonna be monetary. All right, but Esau always.
Yeah, that movie Cadillac Records. That's what happened in that one.
See, Esau, man, he's a thief naturally, man. That's naturally him, man. All right. So he never satisfied. So he cannot be satisfied. No, he gathered, you know, all nations unto him. All right, he wanted to be seen as the top nation. That's why, you know, he steal from every nation, but he mainly steal from Jake. Everything we do, or every society or civilization that we came up with, all right, you know, or he take the credit of everything that we built, man. All right, that's just how this devil roll, man. But his time is coming to an end, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world to come. All right, and this devil ain't gonna steal. Like he even stole when we was over here when we came up with certain ideas and inventions. He stole that and take it for his own, man. Or he'll get Jake to sell it off to him.
I saw a perfect example of that. I was watching a commercial, watching football or some shit, and there was a commercial came on. It was a KFC commercial.
Yeah.
And you know how they use AI and all that shit now, you know, but basically they did a whole Colonel Sanders commercial going into how he came up with the recipe for the chicken, for the fried chicken. Now everybody knows that this nigga stole that recipe, but that commercial, like, oh, he was all in the lab playing with spices and shit, and that's how he came up with it. I was like, bro, they're full of shit, man. You know, and that's how Esau moves. You know, that he's gotten through with his sword and by deceit. You know, but now that deceit isn't hitting as hard because hell, I said in the chat earlier, there's books and shit and announcements that was made that Charlie Kirk died 6 days ago.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to speak, but you know, yeah, you know, I meant to mention that before count, but yeah, man, so it's already when Esau makes his moves, it ain't like, you know, what happened yesterday, 24 years ago. You know, it was the anniversary where, you know, everybody tells their experiences of how they were in school and they rolled you know, they was rolling the TV in, and everybody was watching it. Well, see, now you can get on Twitter and see things instantly. But back then, it had to be filtered through the news, and the news was the main source. You know, so they could push their enchantments and stuff, but now now they can't do that now. So now their enchantments are failing them. So when the enchantments fully fail, what's left for them to do? They resort back to their number one blessing, the sword. Yeah, so like I remember I was saying not to speak on that, but
yeah. So that's the ultimate, you know, form of propaganda that they have, man. All right, that's why, you know, with this new generation, that's why they say they have agent provocateurs and all these different things. So both sides eat off the turmoil, all right, that goes on within, you know, the political parties. But we're gonna get into that. All right, let's get on Revelation
12 and 10.
Yeah.
All right. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10.
We started verse 9.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Yeah, man. So the devil, Esau, you know, Satan, all right, you know, they deceived the whole world. All right, going into Isaiah 14. All right, is this the man? All right, you know, they're gonna be like, this the man that deceived us. All right, let's get that Isaiah 14.
you want to start at verse 12, 11?
Let's get 16 first.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 16 says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Yeah, just the man, all right, you know, that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms, man, because Esau, he had shit on lock at one time, believe it or not. And obviously, they still do. Because them Russians, they are Edomites. All right, all of them, well, all them countries, man, they are Edomites, man, so they still have iron rule on the earth, all right, you know, but these small heads, the main ones, the head tribe of Esau, Edom, they're going down, man. Everybody's seeing them for who they are, man. All right, and you know, I'm hearing certain things that, hey, man, you know, because certain things that the Kirk said, all right, that, hey, them small heads might not have agreed with. All right, they try to say he was exposing the small heads, so that was another reason why, you know, that very act could have went down. All right.
It's all type of, I ain't really paying attention. It's all type of shit coming out.
Yeah. But yeah, they getting exposed, man, you know, and that's why, you know, they have certain events staged, all right, or try to stage certain events, because that's the way they can get the ball rolling on their agenda. All right, all that, you know, coming on the news and speaking their piece of what they want to go down. If you don't have no actions behind it, it's to no avail. All right, people want to see blood, man. That's the point when you're in on earth, man. Both sides are at each other's necks. Right, it was one video. This dude was saying, you know, F that dude. You know, the Kirk dude that he saw was beating his ass. So hey, man, we're at a time, man, where, you know, that's gonna lead to a famine of the word. And that's gonna lead to the lack of freedom of speech, man. Because the very words people are saying now can get them put 6 feet under. All right, you can't even have an opinion because you got somebody that's gonna want to take your head off. All right. But they gonna look and see this the man that caused the earth to tremble, man. That brought all this turmoil in the earth. So these other countries are looking at America, all right, fall before their very eyes, man. Seeing all this shit going on. You don't think the world's seeing this shit? And you know, Russia, man. You know, for the KGB, whatever they intel group, you don't think they just gathering up intel left and right, man. All right, that's one part of war that people forget about, man. The gathering of information, man. All right, so this plays through. All right, you got it.
So you want back in Isaiah 14?
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 17 says that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of the prisoners.
Yeah, so they're gonna make the world. Esau had the time, man. That's why, you know, Yahweh Shai said the days are shortened for the elect's sake. Because if not, no flesh will be saved. This devil would make it a literal wilderness. Alright? You know, hey, during this third woe, you know, missiles will fly. Alright, not only just nuclear missiles, you got lesser, you know, none like missiles that they're non-atomic. Alright, they got missiles, you know, that they'll do high levels of damage, man. Alright, so you know, this war, you know, scripture say this war is gonna be fought, you know, it's not gonna be fought like in the wars of old, of confused noise, alright, and people screaming out of getting stabbed and all that, man. Our garments rolled in blood, man. It's gonna be, man, by the way of technology. Alright? So hey, man, you know, there's gonna be a lot of places getting damaged, getting torn to all hell, man. Getting turned to third world countries in less than 24 hours. Alright, it's gonna be cyber attacks, basically power outages or EMPs and stuff. Alright, so that time is here, man. So, you know, they will make the world a wilderness. You know, they're gonna destroy the cities. Alright, they open out the house of their prisoners, man. Alright, so this devil ain't gonna let y'all just leave, man. This devil, that's why we say he in the spirit of Pharaoh, man. He'll rather just take everybody out, as much people as he can, before he'll let people just see. This devil, he know that this place is done, man. The dollar is dropping every day, losing power by the day, man. Alright, but instead of being outright, you know, letting people know the situation at hand, he gonna keep deceiving you people all the way to the Karagma. Alright, a lot of y'all people, y'all ain't gonna know what's really going on till that Karagma is out here, man. Alright? You know, just by these prices going up ain't enough to let y'all know. Y'all don't have no clue what's going on, man. Alright, that's why I'm supposed to say that, you know, that he deprived women of wisdom. Cause I was watching that nigga, what's that nigga name? That Anton James. You know, he always hold panels. Alright, and you know, a lot of the women up there, they don't know what the fuck going on. They just there up there to kiss Anton ass and shit, man. But you gotta do Slimmy. Alright, you know, he pretty much, you know, a 2/3 or a dude, you know, he got some sense, man. He know that by what happened, man, shit about to get bad, man. He said it directly. He said all that's gonna do by them doing stuff like that is doing exactly what these devils want to happen. Alright, by them things happening, everybody gonna lean more to their side stronger. So either, you know, they had this thing set up, which this is a fairly new thing. What the hell, pardon my French, where did the left wing and the right wing, where that ideology come from, man? That separation, man. It's gonna make people lean further to which one, man. And the people that's left in the middle, we just gonna sit here and enjoy the shit show, man. Alright? You know? So all it's gonna lead to is a civil unrest or mass insurrection. Alright? That's all it's gonna lead to. All out hell breaking loose, and that's what these devils want. They know by the way of that going on, They just come in and pick up the pieces, all right, and establish that NWO. All right, and that's what that girl said, talking about, oh, believe in conspiracy. Like, that's why these women need to shut the hell up. That's why the Lord said he deprived the woman of wisdom, man. All right, just on there just blabbering their damn mouth, don't know what the fuck going on, man. We in the middle of a fucking battle. Well, in the middle of a spiritual battle, I would say. All right, there's a lot of things running them up, man. Cause hey, the scripture say that these devils, that their left hand power is gonna fail, and we can see that by the way of the media. If you can't see what's going on, your ass just super lost in the sauce, and you weak spiritually, and they just running laps in your head. All right, it's like you in that hamster wheel, man. All right, chasing the block of cheese. All right, they keep your ass on that wheel, man. Cause really, all right, like I said before, those are the people that these devils are betting on, man. They are what they call the goyim, the sheep, the cattle, man. They know as long as they got y'all minds, y'all would fall for the okie doke, y'all fall for the karate. All right, those the people minds, the people that they just think to get up, go to work. All right, they stuck in the American routine. All right, those the ones that they trying to win over, basically, in the sense of establishing their agenda, man. All right, and they know once y'all wake up and realize what's going on, all right, that's it for America. They wouldn't even have time to set up what they have in mind, man. As long as they got the minds of the average Babylonian, man. All right. Because they know once y'all catch on, or once the veil get off your eyes, it's over with. All right, and y'all gonna be the main ones that will be bugging the hell out and running like chickens with your heads cut off, man. Because y'all always have hope in a better day, man, a better tomorrow. You still got people right now. All this going on, y'all still think that war is not gonna touch this land, which is completely ridiculous. I was gonna say this is an unwalled village, man. Anybody can come over here, man.
Yeah, we saw that through when Biden was still in office. And hey, through the spirit, the way they lined up the last few presidencies, they were setting up for these different moments. Because if Trump would have won in 2020, then it wouldn't really be they would still try to get the northern tribes out, but it wasn't basically when Biden was in there for that 4 years, they let anybody through the damn border. That allowed for whoever is over here now that ain't got picked up yet to be here for whatever reason that they choose. But if Trump would have won like they claimed he did back in 2020, then that would have tightened up earlier. How they handle COVID and all that. So now we're seeing, all right, he got back in office, and he's like, all right, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and they were able to use ICE. And now ICE is here, the National Guard is here, and they desensitized, ever since they started it back in LA, they desensitized people's minds for troops being around. We seeing it on social media. We seeing the National Guard paroling the streets in DC. Now they in Chicago. And soon, all right, it's not gonna stop there. They're gonna be in every major city. All right, ICE is already nationalized. So, and they're just waiting on Trump's command. So when they say activate Atlanta, activate Miami, activate Jacksonville, activate fucking, Charlotte, these different cities, mainly, and it's gonna be Jake, it's gonna be the cities where Jake is most populated at, because, where it's densely populated. And they showed you that in the first purge, where and what happened? Jake was out there just partying, dancing, they did what? They sent the private militias out there to start pushing that violence, and then guess what? Violence started happening. So they didn't incited the shit all over again. You saw different ICE agents getting shot and stuff. You're hearing little things about that. So they're already setting the precedent of, okay, people are protesting against the government or ICE and stuff, and now people are getting shot and people are dying on both sides. It's only going to get worse. It's a slow roll, and like I mentioned yesterday in the chat, he's really soft launch martial law. We always thought that it would be like a hard, and it still can be, but he's already rolled in troops being on the ground. We already seeing, you know, a man should desire to go into a city and not be able. They're gonna set up checkpoints, look for your documentation, and once they fully put in the digital reset, you gonna be landlocked.
Yeah, the NWO is already in motion.
Yeah.
They already putting these troops, like right now, earlier today I saw Trump is sending them to Tennessee now.
Mm.
You know, so Trump is constantly sending them to these different states. And they're already going to be in position to when all hell breaks loose, crime goes up because the economy done crashed, the dollar is worthless. They're already in position. And then they already know they're going to be attacked. So they already have plans. Their plans is already playing out, but they already have plans for when things get worse. Because they're going to send even more soldiers, man. You know?
And look where he started, man. He started in D.C. All right, talking about he did that. He sent ICE and sent what National Guard was it?
Yeah.
All right, so he sent them there to the so-called to kill out the crime. All right, but you look at the videos, man. All he was harassing was like homeless people and you know poor homeless people and stuff. All right, that's what we're saying. You know the power. The way this devil try to use the media, try to spin that shit. All right, he made like cause the video, the clip I saw, it was like an elderly man, an elderly black man that was ganging up on him, man, making it seem like they really doing some shit, man. All right, you know, it's all smoke and mirror, man. And by him doing that, it's rallying up you ease, man, making it seem like yeah, man, Trump. You know, mainly this whole thing is to combat Jake.
Yeah.
All right, that's why they want to make us. They want to make us to face a tyranny so bad. Just like this dude that got did in, man. All right, one of the things he was talking about is black on black crime and gang activity and all this, man. What the hell they got to do with Esau, man? What the fuck? What Jake got going on in the hood? Got to do with your average Tom, Dick, and Jane. Don't got shit to do with y'all. So why y'all saying, oh, they make up 55%? They make up 13% of the. He said they make up 13% of the population, but 55% of the crime. Which they don't even. What the fuck? We're so small of a percentage. How we make up that much of the crime? If anything, you ease make up majority of the crime because it's more if you ease. Y'all just don't really go into the statistics for real, man.
They don't want to take accountability either.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Edomite on Edomite violence.
Yeah, man, happen every day.
It's always these school shooters and these church shooters. It's always Edomites. But Jake do one thing, because now the new thing is so-called black on white violence.
Yeah.
They're heavily pushing that now. You know, especially with that whole situation that happened, you know, with the Jake with the dreads.
Yeah.
They're using that in other examples and pushing it like Jake is openly targeting Edomites.
Yeah.
You know?
And they don't go into that a lot of these black on white crimes are a lot of times, man, those people be out their mind, man. All right, it's not, they make it seem like it's your average Jake that's going and doing some shit, man. A lot of these people that do crimes, that they're like say stabbings and all these killings and stuff. All right, when 9 times out of 10, if it's a different nation outside of these hateful Edomites that just want to kill Jake, outside of that, you know, a lot of these different nation crimes, it be mainly people that are bugged the hell out, man. But they don't speak on that. They try to make it seem like, oh, it's the average person. If you listen to the media, they have you thinking that the average person is out here just doing shit. You know, which they falsely doing, they doing that shit to make themselves sound, they trying to appease you damn Edomites, man. That's all what they doing. Cause what y'all hear is, oh, we gotta get these niggas out the streets. We gotta do something about these niggas. And y'all not just talking about Jake in the hood, the Pookies and Ray Rays. Y'all want to get all of us off the block, man.
They only want to see Jake in a dish pit. They want to see Jake dunking the ball, throwing the ball, catching the ball, dancing,
Making them live.
at a concert. That's it.
That's it.
They don't want you to be. That's why that whole prime equity clause. That's why they ain't starting Shador, because he set his shit up to where he actually gets the benefit more from his brand than Esau get the benefit, which is still smoke and mirrors. But still, he had a contract that wasn't like other players, and they don't like that shit, man. They want you to just, and he ain't even, he not political or nothing. He just, his daddy set him up to, hey, make sure you cover. So even though this nigga on the bench, he still done made $14-15 million sitting on the bench. You know, they don't want that shit though. They don't want Jake to think. And another thing about what you said is, I thought about it through the spirit. Why they would be pushing this narrative? Because they really nervous at this point in time. They nervous about Jake getting their kickback, man. They're nervous about that because they know it sits in the back of their mind, man. They know they did Jake dirty. Now, we not about to sit here and touch you fucking devils, man. Vengeance is the Lord's. All right? But in their carnal ass mind, even us being out here, even our presence at this point, you can't put it past the fact that, they might think that we might want to put hands on them or some shit.
Hey, back on what you were saying about how Esau don't want Jake using their brain. They just want you to be a jester and entertainment. Remember that Edomite bitch told LeBron, shut up and dribble. That's what they want you niggas to do. You can kill each other, you can smoke your weed, be on drugs, bugged out, entertain this devil. But don't try to talk political, don't try to, Esau don't like that shit, man. He want Jake to stay in a destroyed state, because I was listening to a video of Pastor Bardi earlier this morning, and he was going into how, Esau, they know once we come back to our nationality, once we come back to our heritage, they know their time is up. That's why they've done everything they could to keep us from waking up to this truth.
And another thing I want to say, because you read certain comments when Jake do shit, they mainly target the videos when the degenerate of our people do some shit. They say the most racist shit, but but they don't say nothing. Or what about their bullshit they got going on, like the hillbillies of the world, or they have like the Aryan brotherhoods and the skinheads. Pretty much every nation have a group of degenerates. But they ride the degenerate of Jake so hard, but what about they degenerates, man? All right, when they do shit, they don't never point the blame at them. All right, whenever when somebody go at their side, all right, they take offense. What about when they go at our side, all right, and they try to lump us all together, all right, and we get offended? They don't expect us to get offended, all right, but when we get on them and call them out, they get all offended, man. It go both ways, man. It's very hypocritical, man. All right, this devil, Esau, Edom, they a hypocritical nation. All right, but let's get this real quick. Let's continue with Revelation 12.
Okay. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, and the power of his anointing. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Yeah. So the devil about to go down, man. The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused us before the Heavenly Father day and night. So, like we were saying, man, they always want to point the finger at Jake. Really, even we hate niggas too, dreadhead, Pookie Ray Rays want to smoke weed and drink all day and commit adultery and all this shit, man. We hate them just as much as you E's do. All right? But, you devils try to use that as a reason to accuse us, all right, and basically, try to hold our feet to the fire. But what about the shit you did, man? Yeah. That's why your ass about to go down. You think that, if you get Jake out the way, that's like what the brother said. That's just like, if y'all get Jake out the way, they wipe y'all slate clean, and y'all feel like, that's mainly what it is. Because that's what the small heads believe. They believe if they just get Jake out the way, then judgment not going to come to them. But no, man. They don't understand. As soon as you, start, that's Jacob's trouble. As soon as you bring that sword down, all right, that's when your judgment gonna fall upon your head. There's no coincidence that y'all starting to feel the curses now, because man, we get to that day of judgment. All right, they always say, man, you ease, y'all gonna get caught up in Jacob's trouble too. Jacob's trouble coming to the whole world, but it's gonna start with Jake. Like what Trump doing, they gonna start with Jake to get the ball rolling. All right, because best believe what they gonna do to Jake. All right, you see, they locking up the northern tribes, or they gonna get the southern tribes too. You know, best believe, man, y'all gonna get the same treatment. All right, you know they gonna not just stop with Jake when the ball get rolling, man. They coming down on everybody, man. All right, they the accuser of our brethren, man. They about to go down, man. All right, no.
Yeah. This is Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they're joined also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. You know, and this is modern day Egypt. You know, Esau is in that same spirit. Like, yeah, like the brother said. Yeah, they say we only 13% of the population. Nigga, you're lying.
Yeah.
You know, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because the Lord said, Jake, we outpopulate everybody. You know? Yeah, we the sand of the sea. So, hey, they see that, you know, when they do a real consensus and all that shit, they know that we outnumber them. So they're in that same spirit. Let us deal wisely. So now they about to accuse us. Like the scripture say, they're accuser of thy brethren. All right, and then they're gonna be justified in attempting to eradicate us. But the Lord has a remnant according to the election of grace. Now you 2/3, hey, y'all fair game, man. All right, and as brother, I heard a brother say today, man, the majority of these 2/3 are gonna be women, you know, and it's about to be fair. It's about to be open season on Jake, man. And if you got that look, I see the men of Yahweh Shai, we don't look like niggas, man. Yeah, we you know, same nationality and stuff, but we don't carry that spirit of looking like niggas. We're not wearing dreads and shit. Them dreads are a #1 indicator of a YN, man. It's their signature look. It's gonna be nothing for Esau to locate these niggas, man. When it come time. Bonnets and dreads, man. So hey, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. We in spiritual Egypt, and the spiritual Egyptians, who the Lord is starting to, you know, pin against each other. Their eyes are on Jake. Like, hey, we overpopulate, because Esau not repopulating like Jake is, you know.
Like we said with the scripture, man. You know how they moving like Pharaoh, and what they did. You know what was wise on their part. You know, to an extent, was I don't know who started with. I think it was Margaret Sanger started Planned Parenthood, but mainly through that, man. You know, they took, you know, a lot of, you know, that took a lot of Jake out. You know, a lot of Jake didn't even make it on this side. They didn't even survive the womb, man. All right. So imagine our numbers if that didn't happen, man. We will definitely overpopulate them. All right, and then this devil use certain tactics. When certain heathens come over here like Ishmael or Elam, they'll have them classify as white and stuff, man. All right, so they using that to boost their numbers up. Why you got to do shit like that, man? Because it's a constant thing with Jacob and Esau, man. Esau gotta try to find a way to get a one up on us, man. All right, it's plain as day. You know, I wouldn't say we outnumbered them per se, but we got a pretty high numbers here. Why you think they try to get the black vote so bad? Why the black vote so important? Which I believe through the spirit, man, a lot of, you know, black men, well, it's like men is not voting anyway. Cause hey, black men as a majority, you know, we deal with logic. And we see no party is for us, so why the fuck we gonna give our vote, man? Alright?
Yeah, this last election definitely was the last election.
Yeah.
It ain't, you know, from how shit is moving, it wouldn't be another one because it's so much that come out about voter fraud. And, I mean, I saw even Trump had signed some executive orders requiring identification for voters and shit. You know, so I don't think we even got another few years to get to another election. They locking this shit down. Trump is hunkering down. If it's not gonna be Trump, then it might be Vance. If it ain't Vance, it might be Musk. Or however the fuck they set it up. Either way, they're still using Trump. Because hell, like last week, I thought his ass might have been gone. But hell, he could have took a trip down to the bunkers to go talk to the elites or something and get further instructions. Who knows? We don't know. But hey, things are the way America has been moving is not how it's about to continue to go. And we can see that there's a fork in the road, man. We can see that shit is not going back to how it was. It's not going back to 2019. It's not going back to 1999. It's not going back to the 1950s. Even though that's what people want for various reasons. Esau want to go back to the 50s so they can oppress Jake. Everybody else want to go back to 2016 and shit so they can party and bullshit and live cheap and not have to deal with hyperinflation and everything, man. Because on top of the racial tension, on top of the political tension, there's economic tension, man, on a global scale. We're gonna see. We still got to see if they're gonna lower interest rates, and if they don't lower interest rates, that means they about to let this bitch free fall, man.
Oh yeah. What they say they was supposed to do that sometime this month, right?
Yeah, I'm about to look it up.
September, sometime this month.
Yeah, I feel like, man, what this double got going on is
Next week?
Yep.
What day?
The 16th and the 17th.
What day is that?
Because it's the 12th today. Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's next week. We're gonna decide. They're gonna decide next week. They're gonna drop no interest. And I don't think they will. Because if he didn't do it, he doesn't have a reason to now.
through the spirit, man, this shit just feels so unorganized and just random shit just be happening, man. This devil just, man, all over the place, man. It's gonna, man, his downfall gonna be so unorganized. All right, that's what happens when you try to force something, man. It's not gonna go how you plan it. That's why in Job, it said that, before he fill his belly, the Lord gonna throw it down, man. Because as soon as the devil feel like he accomplished something, hey, that's gonna be that monkey wrench gonna get thrown in his plans, man. All right, got something?
Yep. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Yeah, man. So this place gonna be all, man, it's gonna be all over the place, man, like a drunk man. Man, that's why I'm just gonna sit back and just shake our head, man. People gonna be out here acting a fucking fool.
Esau getting sloppy, man.
Esau, when chaos, in order to have chaos happen, any and everything is up. But it's like, how does devil think you gonna be able to control this shit? Like, it's just like, I like to look at it, when I'm starting to look at it, look like at these zombie movies. All right, you have zombie hordes and shit, man. All right, it gets to a point where the crowd gets so overwhelming. There's no way you can have control of your best bet just to forsake it and leave. All right, that's how this place gonna fall, man. It's gonna get to a point where, okay, you gonna have to see him out here. What's that gonna do? You still gonna have people starving. All right, you still gonna have people suffering. How that's gonna have control over the masses? That's gonna last for a short while, man. Before it's gonna go right back to square one. People just being bugged the hell out and just raging out, man. All right. And ultimately, that's what these devils want. It's another way that this can play out. All right. And what gave me the idea of this is of that movie Kingsley. All right. They art imitate life. Or life imitate art. So in that, they wanted to get people to get this RFID thing, all right, and he'll turn the frequency up and have people bugging out. It could be a strategic thing to get people to that point. That might be the point that he want to lead people to. Say if he can't have it to happen to seem organically, he got to do something to make it make it happen against people's will. All All right, and ultimately we know that that thing gonna be a control factor, man. All right, because you gotta remember their goal is to get the population down with 500 million. All right, but you got it, bro. Revelation 13.
This Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
All right, so yeah, so that's what this devil trying to use. Man, we seeing the chaos that these two political parties can cause, man. All right, you just look at, like the brother said, man, this past election just revealed a lot of shit, man. It revealed so much shit. It's like if you still caught up in this shit, you deserve what's coming to your ass, man. You deserve it, man. All right, you know.
This motherfucker's actually falling out on Facebook and shit. Talking about some, if you feel some type of way of unadd me.
Yeah,
and this
like,
Edomites, and they unadding people. I'm like, yo, this shit really caused the rift.
Yeah.
You even got some Jake's crying and shit like y'all.
Hey, I saw that nigga Justin Jefferson, for the Vikings. He didn't offer to cover his kids something. I don't know if it's their college fund or some shit. He basically like, what is you doing, Jake? Like, what the hell Jake doing, man? You think the average Edomite worried about the average Jake and their children? Fuck no, man. They not.
But I'm gonna tell you what's going on. It's really social media is the main thing that's spearheading all this shit, man. Where you got Twitter, people got all these trends and hashtags, and people getting access to this stuff at an all-time high. It's at the palm of your hands. So if you see something, that's why you can't even have your own opinion anymore. All right, well, people will attack your opinion. All right, if you don't, it's like, why you think it's called YouTube? Everything is about you.
Oh, that's another thing. A bunch of teachers are getting fired. People are losing their jobs, news anchors and shit, because they speak, bruh. Shit.
You know, people starting to take everything personal. Yeah, so people starting to take everything personal. It was a time where they tell you the main things not to speak about in the workplace is religion and politics. But we at a point where it's spilling in all areas in life right now, man. With the two parties, the two horns, you know, they speaking to people as a lamb. You know, people is so consumed by it, or it's so personal to them. All right, they taking it to heart. So everything that either side say, you know, if you don't agree with what they saying, they see you as an op, as an enemy. That's where when they speak as a dragon come in. Are you telling both sides two things? Oh, we gonna do this. We for you for this. We got on the Democratic. Oh, we for the LGBT. Oh, we for the people that's struggling, the people that's in debt, the ones that's going to school and all this bullshit. And you got the people on the Republican side. Oh, you know, we trying to bring these jobs, bring money, or trying to build America up. All right, and we trying to do away with people that's mooching or leeching off the system and all that. They always had those same talking points, but it never been like this. And I think it's because social media, people everything feels so personal to these peons now. These people that's on the internet all day, are they taking things to heart? They feel like every attack is on them personal. They ain't looking at on the outside in. None of this shit. Yes, everything that's going on is affecting everybody. All right, but people, by you having your emotions involved, you're not able to think rationally. That's why a lot of these people that's getting worried about this shit, they bug the hell out. But when something happens, what they do, they get on TikTok, they make a video crying and shit. Like, it ain't that deep, man. All right, they are like, you know, they putting this dude on the level of the Lord, not on the Lord, but they putting him on a high level, man. And you know, I recently just found out about dude when this happened. Nobody really, you know, was checking on that shit, man. All right, a lot, like, it may just be me, man, or, you know, we don't really give two F's about, you know, what either side is portraying. We not caught up in it. Yeah, we you know, basically see what's being revealed. All right, but you know, it was a time, man, when Trump got first elected. You know, yeah, you know, me personally, I did feel away. You know, cause I fed into that. Oh, he's a racist and all that shit, and that did consume me and put hate in my heart for this man. But ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, we seeing that the Lord set this up. So you can't be mad. The Lord set this up. All right, why you mad? Why you letting it affect you? Like, it is what it is, man. All right, Jake gotta understand, man. This is not our country, man. We was here to serve in captivity, man. All right, you know. Hey, what's up? Hey. So yeah, man. So they set up this political party, and originally you won't set up for us anyway. All right, in less than 100 years is when we was able to vote anyway. All right. Now you see how they doing it's part of the Northern Kingdom, man. All right. So you seeing this country don't give a damn about you. They always want to paint us as the problem, even though they don't have nothing to do with us. All right. They gonna always make us public enemy number one, man. When it's really Esau on Esau. That's why I say their house divided. And that's why I say, and that's why Scripture say, they gonna be the reason why this country falls. Esau against Esau. That's why I say a civil war is gonna come down, and it's gonna mainly be Esau on Esau. Yeah, Jake gonna get caught up in it, but Esau gonna be at each other's head, man. Cause they can't get along. They want to get on Jake, but they can't even get their own house in order. They can't get themselves in order, man. All right, but they want to get on Jake though. All right, oh, you got something?
Yeah. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Because iniquity is abounding, the love of many is waxing cold. That's why you got people, all right, they'll get hurt or something, like somebody can get beat up or something. People just, the first thing they do is whip out a camera and be like, oh, and that dog said like, oh my gosh. Like, it was a video, I think it was in the chat, you know, where Jake beat up that woman and they just recording it. Like, a lot of things are that stabbed.
It was in Chicago, Edomite couple. But apparently one of them called him a nigger or some shit, and they jumped the shit out that couple, bro. You remember that? Like a month ago. I have to show you that. But they just all recording it, and it was nothing. It was a bunch of Jakes, and it was an older Edomite couple, and they stumped the chick, and they stumped the hell out the dude too, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we in the time, man. That's why I say because iniquity, you know, wickedness, all right, is abounding. Like, it's a whole lot of high level stuff going on, or high level wickedness on an all-time high, or people getting judged on an all-time high. It's desensitizing people. It's making the love of many wax cold. People's being desensitized. All right, somebody seeing somebody getting shot, man. That's gonna be a common thing. All right. Seeing certain things go down, people with road rage and all these different things. Hey man, people are really bugging out, man. All right, you know, so that's the times that we in, man. You know, that's the thing. That's another thing that's making this place hypocritical. All right, this country obviously is going in the way of, and it's always been like that. You gotta be for self. About you and your family, but everybody trying to act like they give a damn about everybody else. That's really causing y'all people to bug out and causing y'all true colors to show. Y'all try to act like on some kumbaya, come together. When has this country ever been tight knit? Everybody come together. It never been like that. So what you make you think it's gonna go to that, man? All right, the true colors of Babylon the Great is being revealed. All right, and this the sorcery or whatever. Propaganda, all this shit, they trying to mask this shit, you know, it's not holding, man. All right, the country's still the same as it was 30, 40 years ago, man. Ain't shit changed. All right, just that this generation, they more bugged the hell out than ever, man. All right, you go by the way of the internet, man. All right. But yeah, man, so we in the time of the end, man. So it's gonna continue to wax worse and worse, man. All All right, before this place is said and done, man, this place ain't gonna look like how it was before, man. All right. So with that, I'm gonna pass it to you, brother.
And then if you could get Isaiah 13, verse 11, about how everybody's trying to turn to their own people. Because, hey, we seeing the beginning of a civil war, man. You know, this is all going to lead to, you already see they blaming, these E's is blaming Jake for everything, man. You know, now that society is crumbling, Babylon's going down, now these Edomites want to blame Jake for everything. And ultimately, they want to take their anger out on Jake. Because a lot of these Edomites, they're fed up with seeing their women with Jake. You know, they're fed up with having a Jake supervisor. You know, having Jake over them, Jake telling them what to do. You know, Esau was on edge, man. And they show their true colors mainly on the internet. You know, you see them in person, they don't even be on that shit, man. They'll hold the door open for you, call you boss, you know, call you brother. Yeah. But on the internet, they be popping big shit, man. But they ready to they ready to show how they really feel, man. Yeah, I be seeing all kind of shit on the comment board. Like you said, usual suspects. They always using that we was Canes, you know, making fun of Jay. You know, they love popping shit on the internet, man. But hey, the Lord putting that spirit on them, man. They about to really show you niggas how they really feel about you. And once they get liberty to gun you down, they gonna go full force with it, man. But you gotta go.
Yep. We gonna start. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14, and it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land.
Yeah, so everybody gonna turn to their own, man. That's why, you know, 2/3 you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all gonna have no choice but to, you know, come together, man. Because y'all got the same enemy, you know. See, Esau, he gonna make it known who he's targeting. You know, we see what he's been doing to the Northern Kingdom, but the way he gonna come down on the Southern Kingdom, man, it's gonna be worse, man. And y'all gonna have no choice but to say, you know what, we gotta come together. And there's been little small examples of that, but you know, when Esau really come with it, man, Revelation 12 and 12 with his great wrath, you gonna see that he hates you, man. Because Esau never loved you, man. Yeah, he allowed you to run up and down a field or run up and down a court dribbling the ball. He'll pay you millions of dollars to mainly it's because of your influence. Mainly it's your influence. Because he'll use a nigga like LeBron, put him in commercials, being a good old boy. You know, but push that image, you know, they heavily tatted up, you know, the music. He'll push these niggas to destroy Jake, man. You know, everything this devil has done is to destroy you, man. And he gave you the illusion of being free. You can do a job application. You know, you can apply for a home, you can apply, you know, give you the illusion of freedom, but you're not free, man. You know?
And what's getting bad about this shit now is it's coming out that you know, a lot of these hiring companies or, you know, recruiting companies and stuff, now they're using AI and shit, and it's weeding out all Jake applicants automatically. So you applying to a job, like there's a lot of, you know, Jake women that's complaining about, you know, not having a job and all that shit, and you're applying to a job, you know, where it's white, black, Hispanic. If it say black and Hispanic, your shit not even going through, man.
Yeah.
So that's how they're setting it up now, and they're gonna make sure the Edomites and shit get the job.
Oh yeah, and see, the scripture speaks about Judah being a terror in Egypt, so we know, hey, they gonna turn up, man, and we gonna see the Northern Kingdom really turn up. But that's what Esau wants. He already has an agenda of what he want to do to you, but he wants it to look justified. That's how the devil operates, man. He creates the chaos and then he brings the solution to the chaos, which that's what he wanted all along, man. You know. So his whole thing is to really he wanna lock down this country, man. He wanna put that implantable device in everybody. Okay, he wants you to accept his and that's you bowing down to the beach. You accepting the NWO, where they want to do away with religion. They want to do away. This devil wants to wipe out history, man. That's why Trump is talking about going into these museums and pretty much tearing them down, man. He's calling slavery wokeism. Ooh, you know.
They trying to blot out history, man.
So Esau is he's about to be like a madman sparing none, man. He's about to come down hot and heavy on the trials. Actually, let's grab that. Oh, he's about to grab something.
Yeah.
Alright, man. Grab that second Esdras 16. 7.
I was gonna get that Ezekiel 21.
Oh yeah. Let's get that.
She had 16 and 7.
Yeah, actually, let's get that Ezekiel 21 first, and then we'll get that second Esdras 16 and 7.
This is Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 8. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith the Lord. Say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Shall we then make mirth?
Yeah, a sword is being sharpened. Hey, that's a spirit. That's a spirit. And Esau is tired of that. Esau is tired of seeing his woman with Jake, man.
Yeah.
See, before he would talk shit, oh, you getting the trailer trash. You know, they'll talk shit, you getting the trailer. Now, Jake getting the fine of your women.
Yep. Fine.
Jake getting the fine women, man. Hey, like that picture I sent earlier in the week. Jake, he took that picture. He had all them Edomite women behind him.
I thought that shit was AI, bro.
Nah, that was inclusive.
Man.
That's
The kaleidoscope.
Yeah, that's a page I follow on Twitter.
Alright, let's get after it.
I don't know what it was. He had a do-rag on. It was a nigga. But hey, these Edomite women, man, they want Jake. They see Esau can't do nothing for him but financially provide.
Yep.
Other than that, he can't satisfy him. You know?
And through the spirit, man, they getting fucked over on both ends. So you know, like you just showed, you know, the young ones want Jake, and then the ones that get out of their marriage and they hit their ex-husband over the head for alimony and child support. Guess what? They going straight to Jake, man. And you know that make Esau pissed off, bro.
And see, everything Esau done did was to torture Jake, you know, especially the cold court system. But it didn't backfire on you. Now your woman is using you, divorcing you, taking everything. But you got it, bro.
Yep. Verse 10, it says, It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Shall we then make mirth?
Yeah, it is sharpened to make a sword slaughter, because the Lord, he's about to swing that sword on 2/3 of you tribes, man. Because the Lord ain't going to keep talking forever, man. It's only so long you going to talk before you do some action, man. So the Lord, he's about to seal up this the book again, man. And judgment is going to ensue. You got it.
He contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished, to give it into the hand of the slayer.
And who's the slayer? Esau is. That's why King David said, Deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. And see, this is what the Bible calls Jacob's trouble, man. A time where Esau is going to come down, because this devil knows that Jacob is next. He knows that he's in the end of his world. So he's gonna go out fighting, man. You know? He ain't going down without fighting. Even when it comes to keeping their hegemony. Okay? War is inevitable between the BRICS and Babylon, man. You know, I was even speaking with ChatGPT about it. Russia and China knows for them to have a multipolar world where they're talking about they don't want no more bullying and, you know, they want to get away from using the dollar, they know that they're going to have to go to war with Babylon the Great. And Babylon is not going to just go down without a fight, man.
I saw, I forgot, I don't know if it was Scott Ritter or somebody, one of them guys said, like, yeah, we're already in World War III because America is trying to... Okay, yeah. Oh, Maduro, yeah. It was the president of Venezuela.
Yeah.
He said America's trying to keep their global hegemony, man.
He said it. Putin been saying it. And see, Poland just sent, I think it's 40,000 troops to the border of Russia because Russia, they've been launching drones and it's been going through Polish airspace, you know? And they actually done shot some of them down. So, hey, tension. Oh, and Poland then activated Article 4. So where all the NATO members, they got to come together and they got to talk about this. You know, Trump been tweeting about it. So, hey, war is inevitable, man. And really, that's what they need as an excuse to collapse the economy. Okay?
Article 5 is when they all gotta go in, right?
Article 5 is when they all gotta go to war.
So Article 4 is like
Article 4 is when they all talk, they all come together
yeah.
and they talk about how they should handle the situation. Article 5 is when there's an attack on one of NATO's territory, then they all gotta come together and fight. Article 5 is an attack on one, is an attack on all. That's how they view it. You know?
It was always a European country starting some shit and bring all them, try to piece it out, and then they'll go into war with each other.
Oh yeah, because Russia already hates America anyway. You gotta go.
That was it on that.
Alright, let's get into second Ezra.
This is second Ezra chapter 16 in verse verse 68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
That's the time we coming into, man. People gonna start blaming us. Man, y'all was out there, you know, preaching that hate. See, a lot of people gonna seek us. You're gonna have people that's gonna seek us for answers, and you're gonna have people that wanna find us to kill us, man. Because they gonna blame us for why their life is fucked up. Man, you was out there saying this, you was wishing this evil upon us, my life is ruined. Spewing hate. You know, twisting up the word, taking it out of context. This is your fault.
So how?
So people, hey, and then Esau gonna demonize us, you know, using AI, have us saying some crazy shit, you know. So we gonna be a target, man. Hey, we gonna be America's most wanted, you know. You know, they gonna label us that T word, the anti-S word, you know. And I won't even be shocked if they put a bounty on our head, man. You know? Because Esau wants the prophets. He wants to eradicate all Israel. But ultimately, he wants the prophets, man. Because he knows it's written that Yahushua is going to gather his elect from the four winds. This devil knows the prophecies, man. These elites know. So they're like, man, the only way we can stop prophecy is if we kill him. That's his motive. He like, well, we couldn't stop it. We tried everything we could to keep them from waking up. Now they done woke up. We didn't try to stop prophecy. Hey, prophecy is playing out. So the only option left is to just kill them, man. That's what he's you know, imagining. You gotta go.
Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord.
Yep.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Yeah, that's the spirit the Lord is going to put on these soldiers, man. And a lot of them, they're going to love abusing their power. You know, they're going to go in the homes, they're going to gun down the men. It's going to be a lot of grape, man. These soldiers going to be graping these women. Because they're going to have the power to do something. They're going to have the power to pretty much do whatever the fuck they want. And a lot of them, just like you got police officers that abuse their power, just like you got people, they become supervisors and team leads. They start talking to people crazy, abusing their power. Just imagine these soldiers, man. They got the green light to do whatever they want. They're going to abuse it, man. What? And the Lord going to put the spirit on them to blow you jakes away, man. You got to go.
Smithereens. It says, verse 71, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen,
Yeah, the Lord is going to reveal who his chosen are, man. And we in that time, the Lord is going to make it known who he's been dealing with, man. Mainly through divine intervention. You know, because the Lord is going to take care of his men during these times. See, we know we coming into, you know, hyperinflation is hey, it's going to get real bad to the point where it's going to lead to famine because people just going to start stealing and robbing and taking, man. And that's the time when the Lord is going to magnify his name through his servants and prophets, man. All right, in a time where, you know, everybody is going to be visibly fucked up. You know, starving to death. Scripture say many shall perish of hunger, man. And those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy you. So a time where there's no way that you should be taken care of, that you should be all right, that you should even have a smile on your face. Because the servants of the Lord gonna have all that and then some, man. The scripture say others shall mourn and weep, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance.
Yep.
Is that some more?
Yeah. It says, verse 73 again, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Yeah, meaning we're going to be tested. And we've been put through that fire now. Different things brothers go through is to test you, man, to make you stronger. And the ultimate test is when that implantable device is made mandatory. That's going to be the ultimate test. You got it.
Verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Yeah, so the days of trouble, Jacob's trouble, man. But the Lord is going to deliver his elect. That's the difference between 2/3 and the elect. The Lord is going to be with his men, man. Oh, I see. The skeleton relationship. You know? The Lord going to take care of his men in these times, man. So we ain't worried. You know, we just out here to push the message, get the blood off of our hands, man, warn you what's coming. There's nobody gonna be able to say that they wasn't warned, that they didn't know, nobody told them. You ain't gonna be able to say that in that day, man. Everybody heard it. Them the ones that they be super wanting Jacob.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yup, she wanted Jacob. You know?
She might be Jacob. It says, verse 75, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide.
Yeah, we ain't to be afraid in these times, man. Because the Lord gonna guide us through the Spirit. But everybody else, hey, y'all like a sheep without a shepherd, man. Y'all just out here, y'all could die any possible way. And that's a terrible situation to be in, man.
And the Lord been showing it. Just what was that? September 10th? Yeah. September 10th alone was a crazy day of judgment, man. You know, in Dallas, somebody got decapitated, and the wife and child found his decapitated head. Man, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, a school shooting. You know, you'll have, you know, there was a major earthquake in Afghanistan, killed well over 1,000 people. All right, the Lord is terrible, man. And the Lord, he's about to start taking people out by the hundreds of thousands, man.
Yeah, he just getting started. Hey, this is like Yahweh Shai said, the beginning of sorrows. The Lord is just opening up, man. It's gonna get worse. Is it?
Yeah.
It's Isaiah chapter 47, starting at the top. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Yeah, because the Lord about to touch this place, man. See, these people so proud, they ain't got a care in the world, man. They think that nothing can ever happen to America. You know, you got all these wars going on in the world. That's over there. That's over there in Ukraine. That's over there. That ain't over here. They ain't affecting me. You dumbasses, you don't realize this is affecting you. It's about to affect you in a major way. You heard what Zelensky said when he came to the White House. He said, you have great ocean, but eventually you will be hit. Pretty much, you know, just to sum up what he said, man. You know? And that's a video Apostle Tar did say that Zelensky was prophesying. You know? Yeah. So America, hey, you can't hide through proxy wars forever, man. You about to get dragged into a conflict. Okay, and Qatar, they keep saying they want to respond to what Israel did, man, hitting their capital. And Trump is telling them, like, look, man, don't do it. don't do it. And now Israel is popping shit in Pakistan. Man, Israel about to, man, that whole region about to be lit up. And we fully understand why it says the least of the flock shall draw them out. Because Israel is just, hey, they doing too much. And Pakistan was actually helping Iran in their war against Israel. You know? So, hey, you don't want to fuck with them. Hey, and I believe Pakistan got nukes, man. You know? But, hey, it's about to go down, man. Like Maduro said, we already in World War III. You know? What you got to go?
Alright. Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah. Thy shame shall be seen.
Yeah, and you being exposed, man. Your shame is being seen, man. You know? Another example. Yeah, man. Jake is through with Eve. Jake don't want you no more. Get rich. You know? But yeah, so Esau is being exposed, man. Okay? And it ain't nothing he can do to stop it. The only thing he can do is shut down the internet. And then it's only a matter of time before they do that. You know? It's too much is coming out on the internet, man. So they're gonna have to lock it down, man. Especially when they fully do away with the because with martial law is fully declared, the Constitution is suspended. So there's no more freedom of speech. There's no more, no more of your so-called American rights. Okay? Then they can fully take down the internet, man. And that's when people really would panic. But you gotta go.
Ready? I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, the Lord is about to take vengeance, man. When he come back, he's coming as the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, man. See, he's not coming as the lamb as he did 2,000 years ago. You know, he came to fulfill the mission the Most High sent him on, man, which was to be that pure sacrifice, man. This time, he's coming back to conquer, man. That's why Revelation, the 6th chapter, goes into that. The white horse, he went forth conquering and conquering. He ain't coming to meet you as a man. And Esau knows this. That's why they're afraid. That's why they talking about, yeah, that ship, 7,000 miles long. A video came out. They hit a chariot with a Hellfire missile, and the missile split on the chariot, and fragments of the missile started following the chariot.
Yep.
And the Most High let that happen.
Yep.
Because a missile can't even, if the chariots wanted, they could have stopped it mid-air. They could have had it phase right through. But the Most High want Esau to think he got a chance. And they were questioning the people, like, does the U.S. military have anything in its arsenal that could do this? And they all said no. They was like, does this make you afraid? They was like, yeah. Because Esau knows, he knows exactly the intelligence that's out there. He knows what's coming, man. He knows that Yahweh Shai is coming to take him down, man. And there's nothing he can do with it. There's nothing he can do about it. His only thing is, well, we can kill all Israel. There won't be anybody for him to save. But you gotta go.
Alright, verse 4.
You want to grab a piece of real quick before we continue?
It's that one, bro.
Oh, yeah, Kyle, you got it. Yeah, I've been seeing that. They targeting these HB, these so-called black colleges. Yeah. Hey, civil unrest, man. Esau is fed up, man.
Esau voting now.
Yeah. Cause they see this place is going, bro. You know how I know this place is done, bro. We already know this place is done. But tell me why, Mastar Media, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why this nigga put up a serious video. And he's speaking about the whole situation. Talking about, man, what's going on in America, man? Our country. I had not expect that nigga out of all people. Yeah. But him to put up a video. I'm like, yeah, this place is done. Man, not Mastar Media talking out. He's an anime guy. You got anime guys speaking out now. Hey, this place is done, man. But you gotta go.
This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 10 cubits, or it's like it's 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Mm-hmm.
Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it.
So it said this is the curse, the flying roll, the chariot, man. You know, this is the curse. This is Esau's curse. This is our blessing. But this is your curse because they're coming to bring you down, but you got it.
Verse 4, it says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
It shall enter into the house of the thief, man. Okay, this land was stolen. So this is the house of the thief. Okay? And when they come, it's going to be worse than anything Esau done betrayed in movies. It's going to be worse than World of Worlds. It's going to be worse than Independence Day. And no, you're not shooting down like an Independence Day. They show they shot down a chariot and took it over and won the war. That's Esau vain thoughts. You're not winning. It's already written that you're gonna lose, man, and that you're gonna be knocked out of heaven, man. You're gonna be knocked out of rulership. That's already written. You know. You got it.
It says,
well, that was it. I believe. You said you had another precept though, right?
Yeah.
Before we jump back to this, you got it.
Oh, I was in the middle of verse 4.
Okay.
Verse 4 says, I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Yeah, so Esau, you through. You through. You done. You done, boy. Only thing left is, hey, for you to come with your great route, for you to set up your whole NWO, push the MOTB, and hey, it's wraps. Your ass is grass.
GG.
Your ass is grass, boy. See, the Lord gonna allow you to kill a lot of Jacob. He even gonna allow you to get some of the men of the Lord. Revelation 20 and 4. But it's gonna come a time where the Lord gonna lift that standard, man. And you ain't gonna be able to do shit to us, man. Like Simeon Toko said, who they call Black Jesus. He said, hey, those that come after me, you ain't gonna be able to stop them, man. He was talking about the house of David, man. You know? You ain't gonna be able to stop. Once the Lord give us that power, man, it's up. It's up. You got it, bro.
This is Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord.
Yeah, because the Lord, he ain't going to do away with Israel. It's going to look like it by how much Jakes is going to be getting slaughtered out here. But he ain't going to do away with his people, man. He has a remnant that's ordained for salvation. It's going to bring back the nation, man. You know? But this is that sinful kingdom, and the Lord is going to obliterate it from off the face of the earth, man. Like it says in Isaiah 13, it shall not be inhabited. Okay, what's going on? It shall not be inhabited from generation to generation, man. You know? And these Edomites, man, they'll look at you, they'll smile, like they ain't did no wickedness. Like they just so innocent. No, y'all gotta pay, man. Scripture say the Most High requires that which is past. You know? You got it. What was it?
That's more. Verse 9, for I will load and I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
Yeah, because the Lord, he already has a mark on the elect. All right? He already separated the elect from the non-elect. That's why the angels are going to know who to deliver. The angels are going to know who to protect, who to guide, who to take care of during these times, and who to slay, who to kill. You know? You know what's it, right?
Yeah.
All right, we can jump back to this.
Verse 4.
Yeah, Esau through. You're going down, boy.
As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel.
Yeah, that's our Redeemer, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's what we're gonna call upon and be delivered, and have food manifest, have water manifest. You know, be delivered out of situations where it looked like death is inevitable, man. The Lord is gonna come through strong for his men. All right, that right hand is gonna come through. See, the Lord turning up on the left hand, but he's a power that's, he's all about balance. He's gonna turn up the left hand, which means he's also gonna turn up the right hand. You got it, bro.
All right, verse 5. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be called the Lady of Kingdoms anymore, man. See, now you about to be knocked off. And all your allies, they gonna turn against you. Because look at how you treat them. You treat them like adversaries, man. You got it, bro.
All right, verse 6. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thy hand. Thou didst show them no mercy upon the ancient, as thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Yeah, Esau ain't showed no mercy on the tribes, man. And what he's about to do now is going to be worse than anything we suffered in the past, because technology has been increased, man. Esau gonna send his top tech on the tribes, man. Using Palantir, searching where you at. Find him, just to gun you down, man. And see, Esau, he just gonna gun the men down and take the women. That's why the scriptures say, pretty much it goes into it's gonna be a shortage of men, because a lot of men gonna die from civil war, die being sent to fight in the third war, die of famine. It's gonna be a shortage of men, man. And you women, you gonna be so desperate, man. You're gonna be willing to do anything to get with a man of the Lord. And that's the time we're coming into, man. My, how the rules have changed. All that pride, you gonna have to swallow all that pride.
Big goal.
Yeah, in bed. Drop to your knees and beg. And most of you still gonna get told no.
Hey, that's funny, because there's a TikTok sound, and it comes from a song from a nigga woman, and it's saying like something like bark like you want it, saying something like you better drop to your knees and bark like you want it, like basically telling the man to bend to them. So hey, the Lord about to switch it, man. See, y'all about to be on your knees.
Yeah,
man.
the whole era of simping. You getting thousands of likes, millions of views on your videos, going viral, DMs flooded. Them days is coming to an end. Because you got these basic women thinking they models, man, thinking they so important because of their platform, man. Them days is coming to an end. The scriptures say time and chance happen unto all, man. The Lord gave everybody a chance, even a woman. But now reality is about to slap you in the face, man. You ain't gonna be able to hit that block button in real life. You ain't gonna be able to leave the man on red in real life. You ain't gonna be able to, like right now, women are able to cuss out men, put their hands on men. And if the man, he better not touch her, better not defend himself. Because you got about 5 guys watching the whole thing, laughing, recording. As soon as he defends himself, they're gonna jump in. What's up? Huh?
Eve asked Esau.
Esau can have them. We don't even the nigga in the world don't want Eve. You got 2/3 niggas on their passport, bro. Shit. Jake is done with him. Esau can have him. Cause guess what? We got his one.
Ain't like from Django.
And we still in hell.
Django, we got your girl.
and we still in hell. We got his one.
Yeah.
Esau's supposed to have our women.
Yep.
This is his kingdom. So he's supposed to have all the tribes. But we in hell and we got his woman. So, hey, and when we get in the kingdom, you ain't gonna never lay your eyes on an Israelite woman. Never. Never, man. You ain't gonna be able to look at an Israelite woman. You're gonna be so deep in the pit, so far out in the field working. You know, you ain't even gonna pick who you gonna breed with. We gonna have all that lined up for you. And we're gonna have your women. You know? And your woman gonna hate you, man. The curse is gonna be on you. They gonna talk shit, they gonna look down on you. They gonna tell you ain't shit. You know?
And they gonna snitch on their men like
Snitch on you.
snitching on us.
Scripture says his widows shall not weep. They ain't gonna give a damn about the men of their nation. They gonna be thankful to be in our arms. You know? And that's the best they gonna get. Is to be popped by an Israelite man. You know? But you gotta go.
Alright, verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Yeah, because these devils thought that they would rule forever. So they didn't consider that they would go down. Esau know the prophecies. He's wiser than Daniel, but they're proud. They thought, man, the way we got these niggas, man, they fighting and killing each other, and the way the shit they rap about, man, ain't no way these niggas gonna wake up and come into power. Esau, he got too proud and too comfortable. So he didn't consider that we would wake up and that his end would manifest. You gotta go.
Neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood.
Yep.
They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
Yep.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yeah. So the Lord, well, you got it.
Number 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Yeah, Esau thought that nobody, you know, pretty much he thought that he would just get away. He thought he would just get away.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for them nigga kids.
You got it, bro.
Alright. Alright. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me.
Yep, live bit. Live bit. Woo! Live bit. Yeah, live bit.
I ain't never seen a live like that.
When it's a live bit, it's 27.
Hit him,
Yeah.
Jay. Hit him. Hit him.
You got it, bro.
Hit him.
Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it risen, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to put this off. See, the Lord is tearing you down. The Lord is taking you down. So, yeah, Esau got shit that according to his agenda, but the Lord is throwing wrenches in his plan. The Lord is making things happen that's outside of Esau control. Because the Lord is bringing you down. And there's nothing you can do. You got it, bro.
Alright. Saying desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Yep.
Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels.
Yeah, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. These devils is having councils. They getting together. They talking. They having these forums. Like you have fucking meetings with the WEF. You know, different UN meetings, different councils, where they come together and they're talking. The elites, best believe, they having their councils, doing their sorcery, doing their sacrifices, and they're worried, man. They're like, damn, what the hell we gonna do? We gotta just say fuck it. We gotta just do it. You know? That's why I'm with you. I think they just gonna let this shit drop. They just gonna let this shit drop because Esau can't just keep patching this, just putting a band-aid on this shit forever.
Kicking the can up the road.
He just can't keep doing it forever, man. He gotta just let it go and set up his. He gotta just say fuck it. Let's just set
It's
it
the
up.
perfect time.
Yeah, like how much longer you gonna try to wait? Too much is going on. The chariots is showing themselves at an all-time high. They're showing you that you're not gonna win. So you gotta just say fuck it. You gotta just set it up. Just come on with it. And that's what they about to do, man. You know?
Yeah, it's about to get cold, you know, hyperinflation, tension at an all-time high.
Man.
It's the time, man. Do it, Esau. Hey, we might see
Operation
Dark Winter. That's the spirit, yeah. You know, because we thought it was coming 4-5 years ago when Biden was talking about it. You know, but hey, you know, Esau, he calculated. He is patient, man. He pretty patient in this, because they've been trying to set this NWO up for generations.
And it makes sense now because, hey, inflation is continuously rising. And by the end of this year, Lord willing, we're going to be in full-blown hyperinflation. You people ain't going to be able to celebrate Xmas. You ain't going to be able to, hey, you just going to suffer, man. You got it, bro.
Alright? It says, let now the astrologers, the star gazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm it, nor fire to sit before it. Right, thus shall they be unto thee. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee.
Yeah, so Esau is finished, man. That whole chapter is pretty much going into Esau being brought down, how his sorcery ain't gonna be able to save him, how he's worried in the multitude of his counsels. You know, all that's left is for you to just come with it. Just come on with it, man. And eventually, the Lord's gonna look for that standard, man. And you really gonna know what's over. You know, because you're gonna send your top level assassins, your top level weaponry, your top advanced robots. Esau gonna send it all at us. And that's when we're gonna have fun with that power, man. Because best believe when we get that power, we're gonna be targeted. You know? Just like in the X-Men. When they realized they had that power, man, a professor had to go and get them, man. Bring them to that school. But even when they was at the school, what happened? You had Esau pulling up in the different, you know, pretty much they was dropping, you know, grabbing them, throwing them in them aircraft where they was able to take away their power. See, Esau, whatever you got, none of that shit gonna work. Once we get that spiritual power on an amped up level, you ain't gonna be able to use some kind of radio gun or some kind of shit to turn off our power. No, man. You know? Your ass is grass, man, but we're gonna be targeted, man. They're gonna come full force at us, man. Hey, that's when things really gonna be fun, though. The Lord give us that power, man. It's gonna be fun tearing down your shit, man. You know? Like at the end of Brightburn, it showed him flying through buildings and shit, knocking buildings down. You know? Hey, man. That's the time we're coming into, though. The Lord gonna look for that standard, because Esau gonna come like the scripture say, he gonna come like a flood, man. You know? But you got your precept, then we'll wrap it up.
Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunk it. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yeah, you're not going unpunished. Now it's your turn to drink that cup. Now it's your turn to experience the curses. It's your turn to go down. It's your turn to be on the bottom. Alright? It's your turn to mourn, to cry, you know, to go through it. And these low level Edomites, and they already feel it. Because the elites, they ran off with the blessing. They said, fuck you. They want you to be a part of they NWO. They want you to have that device. They don't even want you to have anything. They don't want a middle class. You know? They want everybody to be under them, including their own. So you low-level Edomites, yeah, there's gonna be sedition. You gonna turn up, rouse up against the government, but that's all it ain't gonna lead nowhere. All right? Because at the end of the day, all of America, aka Babylon the Great, is gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, which is the second death. All right? So we can go ahead and wrap it up there. Lord willing, this was an edifying count. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. And Kwam Yasha'Allah.
Shalom.
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 Good job, bro. All right.